This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. If you want to pre-order some Bloomburrow, use my link in the description. Okay, well, alright, I said I really want to draft mice or rats today in this first draft of the format. Thanks to Wizards of the Coast for inviting me, by the way, to the early access event. Yeah, so Mabel is a great card, like, buffing the whole board, not your whole board, but most of your board, much of your board, and giving you equipment in a format where equip is, like, extra good. Makes me want to take her, also because I really want to draft the mouse deck, because I like Rodents. Cruel Claw's Heist, I think, is actually pretty legit, since it lets you steal a card and then also cast it if you give them a card, which I think is usually worth doing. Banishing Light's always a nice card. Wix Patrol, I think, is really good. I think Plume Creed Escort is too, but I think Mabel's just the best card. And maybe if this wasn't my very first draft of the format and I didn't really want to draft mice, it would maybe be better to take a monocolored card than take a multicolored one, even though I do think it's better than all of them. But, we're going to take Mabel. Okay, well, some interesting second pick options here. I think Rabid Gnaw is really good. I think Brightblade Stoat is really good. It's too bad it's not a mouse, but hey. Yeah. Take Out the Trash is also quite good. So lots of good cards for us here if we're going to try to do red-white. Let's hope it stays open enough. I think Rabid Gnaw is probably a little better. It also happens to trigger Valiant, which obviously matters in the format, and it's a good removal spell. It's probably a better removal spell than Take Out the Trash in the red-white deck. I do like the Stoat a lot too, but I think we'll take the removal spell here. Okay, well then there's this pack, which isn't as exciting for us. It's not that exciting for anybody because it has a bunch of, well, I guess if you're blue, it's kind of exciting. Like, I think Shoreline Looter, Dire Downdraft, these are all fine blue cards. This is pretty good if you could build around it, but that's a very specific deck. I think War Squeak is probably pretty legit in a red-white aggro deck, but, if we're trying to be responsible here and make the best pick, I should probably take one of these blue cards just because they're all pretty good. I mean, I could take the Grotto, but it's not such good fixing that I'm, like, eager to take it, especially because this format doesn't have a huge multicolored theme. So I think I'm looking at Downdraft or Shoreline Looter. They're both fine. Yeah, I think I'll take the Looter here. Thank you for the follows, Unworldly Origin and Hex Oliver. Well, there's another one of those. Crumb and Get It, probably pretty good in red-white. It is kind of starting to look like red-white's not that open, though. Might take another Looter. I mean, if we can't draft mice, drafting rats would be okay with me. Yeah. I think Tangle Tumbler in green-white is probably going to be pretty good, but not really anywhere else. Yeah, we'll take another Looter. We'll see how much of a liability being a 2-mana 1/1 is in this format. It doesn't feel like there's a... Well, no, there is kind of a lot of incidental ping, now that I think about it. That's what can make a card like this bad. Like we saw in Wilds of Eldraine. Like, all the X1s had serious problems because of Flick a Coin and Rat, the black 1-mana spell that gives -1/-1 and makes a 1/1 rat. Like, all of that made it kind of hard to play them. Yeah, it really does not look like red-white's open, which is very sad since I first picked Mabel and stuff. But we could consider Plume Creed Mentor. I don't think it's bad. I mean, we could end up being blue-white. I doubt we splash Mabel because you need a lot of mice generally for her to really be good. Yeah, the Brew's just not good enough. I think I'll take the Signpost here. See if we end up in blue-white after taking a couple of Shoreline Looters. Okay. Okay, we got the blue-black Signpost now, too. There is still a Take Out the Trash, which is a little surprising to me. I also think Mabel's Metal's a solid trick if you're, like, red-white aggro. What's the responsible thing to do here? I mean, I think this means red's pretty open, which I think is good news for Mabel. And this, is an okay white card. So I'm sort of tempted to keep going with red-white because it's not like I love what we have. I mean, I do like the Mentor, but the ceiling we have on red-white is a lot higher. And take out the trash is a good removal spell. So I think we just take it. Yeah, it's not like black has been really open either. That is a key thing as well. Blue, maybe. And, like, if we end up in blue-red, these cards will work fine in it. Okay, so here's another Tide Caller. I don't think Gossip's Talon is very good in limited. It just seems too slow. Mediocre removal spell. Good trick if you're actually a Lizard deck. Otherwise, kind of medium. So, I think we do take a Mentor here and see what happens. We'll have a Signpost rare, effectively, and 2 Signpost uncommons. But I think it's the right pick. It's just easily the best card. And if we end up in blue-black, we are setting up Threshold reasonably well with Shoreline Looter. I mean, we'd need more, but yeah. So far this draft has not had any, I don't know, super strong signals one way or another. So, aggro can be harder to assemble in sealed, that's for sure, but I don't think I would say that's, like, universally true. There have been formats where it was, like, always right to try to build aggro decks in sealed. So the Collector doesn't really do anything synergy-wise for us, but it's a 2-mana 2-1 with first strike with a nice little ability, so I think it's what we take here. Soothsayer's not that great. Dazzling Denial kind of have to be in blue-white for it to really take off, so I think we'll take the Collector. It's a good 2-drop. Although, again, being an X1, if it's a liability in this format, that could come up. Right, so we'll take a Thought Shucker here, I think. Yeah. All right. Which would I rather have? Raccoon Rallier or Life Creed Duo? Feels like red's a more likely color for us at this point than Life Creed. Yeah, this has not been an easy first pack to navigate, I don't think. Alright, we will take a War Squeak here and try that out should we end up in a red-white aggro deck. The problem is white is not open, So maybe I'm just supposed to take, like, random 3 blue 3-drop, but we'll take the Squeak and see what happens. But, yeah, white does not seem very open. That is for sure. There's fixing if we really want it. Okay, so we do get a white rare here, which is good, but you kind of have to be in the life gain deck to really get it going. So this is one of these cards that can punish X1s, since it's a 2-for-1 against them. Huh. Yeah, it sort of feels like blue-red might be our most likely outcome right now. Playful Shove is going to be pretty nice in that deck. Kindle Spark Duo is not a bad payoff for doing spell stuff, which is the blue-red theme. Dire Downdraft's a nice removal spell. Yeah. I think maybe I'll take the Downdraft here. Okay. So, lots of, like, quality cards in this pack. A couple good black cards if we somehow thought blue-black was going to work out, but at this point it does kind of feel like red is probably a color we're supposed to be in. And there are some quality red cards here. So I'm probably going to take one of those because it seems more likely than black at this point. Even though I think Feed the Cycle and Savor are probably better than Agate Assault. Yeah. Steam Path Charger's not bad, but yeah, I'll take removal, I guess. Yeah, my blue does really want Threshold right now. It's true, which is kind of awkward. Light Shell Duo. So this card, one that I misread in the set review, its second mode can only fight creature tokens. So only one person pointed that out in the comments, surprisingly. So I guess I don't feel as bad for missing it. So I give it a B plus in the set review, probably more like a B minus. Just a PSA about that card, I guess. Easy to overlook somehow, the word token. So, like Shell Duo, kind of looks like what we want to be doing. It also can help us with Threshold. We have cards that care about that, so it's probably what I'm going to take here. Yeah. So this Valley Rock Collar is intriguing, that's for sure. Especially because this pack has, like, no good blue cards in it. And only okay red cards. Pawn Profit, if we're blue-red, is going to be kind of hard to cast, so I don't love taking it. Conduct Electricity is an inefficient removal spell. I mean, I think I'm going to take Rock Collar here. Another Agate Assault. Pearl of Wisdom. How many otters do we have? We should have one right now. Which is kind of sad. But if we are blue-red, we're liable to end up with more of them. Like, at this point, I think we are more or less blue-red. I mean, it's going to depend on how things pan out. The draft really has not gone well, if you haven't picked up on that. Like, I think we've been in a weird seat. Yeah, we'll just take another Agate Assault. Like, I don't have the payoffs I really want for a blue-red deck, but those are the colors that seem to be open. So we're just in this really weird spot. Veteran Guard Mouse isn't bad. Neither is the Squire, actually, in this, the way our deck looks. Black is starting to look more open and makes me regret a little bit not pulling the trigger there earlier, but it's probably okay. I think the Squire's probably better for our deck than Veteran Guard Mouse is, since we're not that good at doing Valiant. Yeah, Shrike Force. Yeah, it is true that this could be splashable, and we do have a little bit of fixing, like Fountain Port Bell. We've already got one. Yeah. Don't really want Might of the Meek. Well, I guess if I end up with if I can grab some good spell payoff somewhere, Might of the Meek's going to be pretty good. Okay. Well, here's what we're looking for. Yeah, so this is a nice little spell payoff. Pings our opponent, has Offspring. Makes me feel a little better to see it still here this late. You can get 2 pings per spell, potentially. Okay, I think I like Kindle Spark Duo a little more than Playful Shove. Yeah, I think I like the Duo a little bit more, especially because we have plenty of removal at this point. Like, we're probably not playing War Squeak in this deck. That's definitely more for red-white. And yeah, we could put in Fountain Port Bell and pick up like one more piece of fixing and try to play this between our Looters and our Light Shell Duo and cheap spells. Getting Threshold isn't impossible. So. Yeah, the token fighting mechanic is for eating babies, is one way to put it. There are other tokens in the set too, but that is the big one. So this is better at getting us Threshold, which I think we care enough about than, you know, either of these are. So we'll take him. Yeah, the Wolverine still being here is kind of nuts. Is green what we were supposed to be in? I still don't think we've seen that many signals that green is where we were supposed to be, is the thing. Yeah, Hoarder's Overflow is not good. Scrap Shooter, pretty cool, but not for us. Uncharted Haven could give us the fixing to splash Mentor, but we need to be really good at getting Threshold for that to be worth doing, I think. And we are currently only kind of okay at it, so. Looking a little at Steam Path Charger and Roughshod Duo. We are expending some. Into the Floodmaw is not bad either, obviously. Especially if we get more spell payoffs. Like, it's a card I'm going to be really happy with. Let's just grab some more spells, I guess. Dazzling Denial. Not great, but not terrible. I've already got 2 Agate Assaults, so it's probably... We do already have a lot of 2s, but it's a card that triggers our stuff and goes to our graveyard, which we also care about. So I think I like it a reasonable amount here. More than Agate Assault number 3, anyway. Okay. Well, another Kindle Spark duo is not bad. These might end up being like our main spell payoff, and, you know, there are worse main spell payoffs to have. I do like the Gecko, especially in black-red, but I think it's pretty good in general, but I think we'll take Kindle Spark duo here. Okay, there's another take out the trash. You have lots of removal. Removal is worse these days than it used to be. It used to be you could draft a deck that was like all removal and it was amazing, but I think we're past those days. Still, I think we take out the trash here. Right now, I don't think we've got what we need to make splashing the Mentor worth it. Splashing this Mentor might be. We don't have a lot of flyers. Look at all these. Ooh, okay. Well, I love this card, so a little surprised it's still here, just because it's basically an always unblockable. Not quite, but a 2-mana 1/3 that has like a huge attack trigger that downgrades one of your opponent's creatures in most cases. Also makes that creature unable to block it, and you know, augments things in general. So yeah, it's definitely what I want to take here. Yeah, I mean, you can still draft a lot of removal, but commons, the big problem is that commons and uncommons are 2-for-1s all the time now. So you find yourself in a spot where killing a creature isn't as good as it used to be because your opponent already generated value. And limited has always been more about card advantage than card quality, and now removal is sometimes card disadvantage. We will take Uncharted Haven here on the off chance we decide to like throw in Plume Creed Mentor, I guess. I could give this thing a try, but I don't love it. If we're not good at Threshold, I don't love that, and this isn't a very good card unless you're like really aggressive. So, I'll take the Hermit, I guess. Another Brazen Collector. Don't hate that. Don't hate Light Shell Duo. I think the Collector's probably just better, though. Like, if I really wanted to get Surveil going, maybe I'd be a little more into that, but yeah. Don't need a second Uncharted Haven. How many lizards do we have in the end? 3? Yeah, not enough for this card, but we'll grab it here. So I could splash Plume Creed Mentor. We don't have that many flyers, so it's likely to buff stuff. Another Thought Shucker. Don't know that we're going to end up running Thought Shucker. Probably not good enough at getting Threshold. I think the Looters are pretty good, even without being able to get Threshold, just because 2-mana 1/1 unblockable that loots is pretty good, so... Alright, so that draft, like I said, I don't think it went ultra well. Do we want to splash white here? So, we really don't have very many flyers, so this is going to buff stuff. That's the awkward thing about this card. You kind of don't want flyers because you need them to be buffed, but you also need flyers to get as much as possible out of this card. And I just don't think we have a good enough mix for that. I think this is actually a little bit better, partly because it's easier to cast for us, actually largely because it is. So yeah, we probably don't bother with playing white. I don't think we're that... Even though this cantrips, I don't think we're going to be... Well, we've got some good attackers, I guess, don't we? Maybe we do leave that in. Yeah, probably just cut, like, random Threshold cards that we're never going to get going. Like the Hermit and... This isn't a great removal spell. And we've already got a decent number of removal spells. Oh yeah, we don't need the Bell, though, now. Yeah, no, that's definitely the cut. All right. I mean, like I don't think this was a great draft. It'll be interesting to watch it back if like what the best path was, because it seemed like things were coming open that hadn't been open, and vice versa, like a lot in that pack. I mean, red was obviously pretty open. I think we got that right. Our second color, less sure, but yeah, I think we leave Uncharted Haven in here. Just to make our mana a little bit better. And we don't have a bunch of ones or anything, so... yeah. Alright, well, it is sad that I was so excited to draft Rodents, and I first picked Mabel, and then... not so much Mabel. But, you know... it's all good. Pack 1 Pick 1 was Mabel. But we aren't playing her. I wonder if splashing her could have been worth it. I don't think so. Because I don't think we have very many mice. Like, her equipment's good, but I think you need to be able to get value out of both halves of that thing. This is a pretty good hand. Pretty good. Do I lead with Shoreline Looter? So I can get the loot train going? Or Brazen Collector so I can get, like, extra mana going. That is a good question. Let's see. Which would I... yeah... I mean, right now we're not doing anything with the mana, and Shoreline Looter would make it more likely we can in the future, but... yeah, this is more likely to still be able to get in, even though it's not unblockable, so... I think I'm okay with it. Now we can play both of these 2-drops, which is pretty gross. So now we go Brazen Collector number 2, Shoreline Looter. Our deck is very vulnerable to -1/-1 to your whole board. Yeah, that's annoying. Does hold us back for a little bit here. I think I'm going to play the Crier before I do anything else here. Another X1, by the way. Yeah. We'll discard a Mountain. Then we'll loot again. I do love looting. Hey, that take out the trash would have been nice. If I did loot once, but, you know. Okay. Don't think we cast Take Out the Trash here. I think we just pass. May cast it at the end of their turn. I like the Bloomburrow music. Ooh, yeah, we're going to need to kill that before it gets completely out of hand. Man, I would love if they tried to use a fight spell here. That's the kind of blowout I love. Alright, it could go really badly, but they have less mana up than they're going to on their turn, so I think we try to take out the trash, the Mentor here. If nothing else, maybe they'll at least burn a trick. Looks like that's probably what's going to happen. Oh. Do I want to discard this? Gets us to 4. I draw a card. I mean, probably not. It's just so much better to cast, so... Alright. That is what they were thinking about doing that whole time. Okay. Well, I think we downdraft this. See if they want to redraw it. Or do something else. Probably block our Crier here. We are one away from Threshold for our other card that cares about that. Trying to decide if I want to burn Might of the Meek here. Probably not. Yeah, that 1/4 is super annoying right now. So, so, okay. Well, that solves that problem. We are leaning on removal a whole lot, obviously. The only thing is, like, having this to push through a 3 toughness creature is, like, seems like too good of upside for me to just give it up to cantrip and do 1 damage. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's how it feels. Oh, God. Well, that's one of the biggest bombs in the set. Oh, that's tough. This is a cute token, though, at least. We do have more removal, and it's not like they have a really scary board right now. But this will quickly make their board far more intimidating, so... I'd love if they were afraid to attack. I mean, I do have Brazen Collector. Okay, interesting. So now I think we attack with both of these and see what happens. All 3, actually. Scratch that, because of Might of the Meek. Yeah. Oh, no, not all 3. I can only buff 1 of them. Alright, let's see if this works. They do have 1 card in hand, so... You know, there's a chance it doesn't. I can't... I have to choose what gets buffed when I attack, so that wouldn't work. Only one of them gets big enough, so... There's a pretty good chance they've got something here... Well, maybe not. Oh, I sort of forgot that that doesn't buff. Way to read a card, me. It only buffs mice. Yeah, definitely should have burned that earlier. So... I guess... This will solve our problem with these 2. But it's going to be a little late at solving it. Yeah, that was bad. I could bounce this, but then they can make another offspring, and I don't really feel like dealing with that. So... Next turn I can attack and get my 5th mana. We're probably supposed to bounce this token. that way we have less of concern to be dealing with here. You know, it's funny doing the set review. I always do this where, like, little things like that. Like, I remember what the ceiling on the card is, but I definitely should have read it because the floor on the card is just trample and a cantrip. So. Okay. Well, let's see if this works. Looks like we might be okay despite our poor play. They drew really poorly to help balance out the fact that I threw away a raccoon. I'm like literally playing with house money, so yeah. It's but, you know. Thank you for the sub, JFFR. Oh yeah, they flooded hard. I also think they should have been more aggressive with their attacks. I mean, I had 2 first strikers untapped, which is always like a nightmare, but I think they probably could have been a little more aggressive. All right, another keep. The looter felt pretty good that game. I mean, you know, it's not like it does an insane amount of damage or something, but it, yeah, Brazen Collector lines up pretty well against that. I don't think I burn into the Flood Maw as a result. The Beast Binder's interesting, but I think we'd rather play the Collector, because if we draw a land, we can play 2 2-drops again on turn 3, which is like what we did in the last game. Yeah. Well, I kind of think we need to play the Crier because we need to stop drawing things we don't want. Alright, a land. That's nice. Do I discard Conduct Electricity? It's just so expensive. Everything else I have is cheap, so I think we do. Well, that's bad. Another big old bomb. I think we probably go for the trade here. They're not particularly close to threshold, so... The other problem is bouncing Wick isn't that good. I can at least turn off the ability, potentially, with our Beast Binder. Yeah, I think we probably just play the duo, actually, and kind of hope they don't have more rats. Hope we can get going from here. It's kind of where we are. Cute snail token, too. I guess all the tokens in this set are going to be cute. Alright. They are getting closer to threshold, and they grow their snail here. Once they get threshold, this that rat they have in their graveyard is a big problem. Because it can come back. I mean, I think we go for a block here. Alright, they didn't have a way to really mess us up there, which I appreciate. So the Beast Binder can turn off Wick's abilities, and nothing can block it right now either. On the other hand, I could do Offspring Coruscation Mage, which seems pretty reasonable. I can also bounce this token at some point, but the problem is eventually they can get another token. But for now, I kind of think going Looter Yeah, I think we're gonna do this. Ooh, they might have a counter spell, which would... Okay. Yeah, once they get Threshold, this can come back. You'd have to spend 3 and I can kill it with any block, but it is a ton of damage. We do have a ping on board. God, it seems so unlikely they don't have something if they're willing to attack us with Wick. Okay. That makes more sense, I think. Makes me less nervous that they're not attacking with Wick, because if they did attack with Wick, it would 100% mean there's not a good block here. And there's not really one here either, but... Like, I could trade our Coruscation Mage. I don't think we do, though. I think we'll just take 3. Then we'll ping them. Only having one island right now is kind of choking us out. Yeah, I think we'll play Raccoon Rallier and pass here. Raccoon Rallier Shoreline Looter seems pretty good, actually. Or Beastbinder. Yeah, let's go Rallier, Beastbinder. I am very willing to trade the Rallier for Daggerfang duo. This guy looks like a ninja, but he's a rogue. I guess they really only do ninja on the plane of Kamigawa, or whatever the Battle Bond plane is. Yeah, so we'll block Daggerfang duo here pretty happily. Yeah, don't love that. Stop gaining life. I guess this is going to be the best thing to shrink. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't really want it to be able to attack me. Then we'll play Kindle Spark Duo number 2. So we do 4 damage for every instant or sorcery we cast right now. Well, once this can tap for its ability anyway. That's a problem. So I'm probably just going to bounce this token. First, I kind of want to see if I can get him to use a trick or something. See what they do here. So yeah, I'll tap this. Pretty sweet. I think we actually kill Shoreline Looter here, because we really don't want them getting Threshold, and it's going to help them do it, so... And then we'll do this again. Play our own Shoreline Looter. Yeah, it's annoying, but not a huge deal, honestly. It does actually mean we can't attack this turn, since they have a 1-3 and a 1-1 in play. Well, I could turn this into a 2-2, but I don't think that's worth doing. Oh, I can attack with my Looter. Yeah, obviously that's what we're going to do. We're just doing 1 damage at a time. Okay. I will happily take a removal spell here. I think it's probably slightly better to try to kill their duo now. Maybe not. I just have Dire Downdraft. Yeah, let's let them do what they want to do. Maybe. I mean, we have 8 damage, basically, right now on board. Because of the 2 spells in our hand and stuff. Okay, well, if you're going to kill one of my things, that one's okay. I don't love the food you're getting, though. So now they can Thought Shucker. That does mean can't block my Beastbinder anymore. I could bounce it here, which is kind of funny. Or... yeah. Nah. Do I want to downdraft that? I don't love the ETB, so probably not. I'll probably bounce this token just to do 4 damage mostly. Just kind of funny, but that's kind of where we are. Another random ping effect is kind of funny. So I guess we're going to try to kill Wick here. He's our biggest problem. Yeah. So let's attack with Beastbinder here. And we'll give the duo nothing. And then we'll ping them. But I actually have lethal here. I think I actually had lethal here. Well, I do have lethal here. Well. Oop. The whole pinger thing worked out pretty well there. We had, like, that's like the most we can ever have in play. We were lucky our opponent had so little removal. Well, yeah, they used it, like, on our unblockable 1-1 that was going to start drawing us cards because they had to, but, you know, having a bunch of spells and 4 things that do 1 damage at a time is crazy. Did I ever do more than 1 damage at a time in that game? Because, like, I think everything I attacked with had 1 power, too, didn't it? I might have hit them with a 2-1 or something early, I guess. Well, we're off to a 2-0 start with a deck that I didn't love, but, you know, we've gotten the spell thing going. Not an amazing hand, but it's fine. I probably play the Rallier first, just because if I can wait to Offspring this, I probably should. Alright. Well, let's see whether or not they have a token. That is not a token. So I could fire off the Assault here, and we do have so many removal spells that doing it on some random creature, like, isn't a terrible idea. Like, we're likely to draw more removal in the future. And then next turn I have this as our 4-drop, so, yeah. Let's kill the flyer. I think if I had, like, 3 or 4 removal spells, I wouldn't be willing to do it, but I think here it's fine. Okay, that's a little awkward to draw now, but I guess it's what we'll plan on next turn. So let's attack with our Rallier. Then we'll Offspring this. I do love all the Offspring tokens. They're super cute. They did that. They did a good job there. Ooh, God. We've seen a pretty strong bomb in, like, every one of our games. Yeah, I think we trade here. And we've managed to win so far, but, yeah. How much do I want either of these? Honestly, not that much. I guess the Collector's okay. Yeah, it's not great, but it's an okay thing to draw next turn. So yeah, these can grow themselves, which is not good. And they can produce mana, which is not good. So this is not like the Warren War Leader situation we had earlier. Where it was like, yeah, we've got plenty of time to close this thing out. Our opponent's never going to draw anything. Oh, God. Okay. Let's play our Collector here. Yep. Yeah, our mana is better this game, but our drawing other than that, not so much. Oh, God. Does not feel good when your opponent plays a super scary card, which I think I gave this a bomb grade 2. They can just level it up all the way. And then put 2 counters on something. Yeah, it's not good. Guess they're just trying to decide if they want to tap one of their things, but I definitely think they should. You know, if I were Psychic, I would have left up mana to counter this Tender Wild Guide all those turns ago instead of playing the 2/2/1/1 thing. Why did you tap the bigger one? But yeah, this is going to double counters, so these can put 2 counters on themselves at a time. We're in trouble. I think it's safe to say. Yeah, that's a 5/4. I guess I'm thinking I'm going to double block with Light Shell Duo and Raccoon Rallier here. Yeah, seems fine. It's too bad I can't do Prowess right now, but... Well, might be time for our first loss. Yep, that's big. We'll take 4 this time. We do have bounce, so if we could draw it for those silly creature tokens, that would be cool. Do I want to give this haste? Probably not. It feels like we're in a spot where having the Raccoon Rallier to block is too important, sadly. Dazzling Denial is not looking like it's going to do much in this game. Yeah. Let's try and kill this and take, you know, 13. We might have Threshold next turn. Not that, I mean, I kind of doubt that's going to end up mattering, but... We have to cast this in order to get Threshold. And we will, just to get Threshold. Yep, I think we're dead. We are dead. Hard to overcome both Innkeeper's Talent and that freaking possum. Thank you for the sub, Derailed Station. That game, we just... Yeah, I mean, we didn't get any of our removal, basically, which is kind of crucial. I have never read the Redwall series, though I understand it's... this is kind of based on it. I have read Watership Down. Yeah, even if we chose to counter that possum, eventually the class would have beaten us, I think. Hey, look, we have a raccoon and 2 spells that like it when we have raccoons, and one of our pingers. Ooh, I guess there's a Mabel pet. I overlooked that. So in an ideal world, I get Kindle Spark Duo out there before I start firing off all these removal spells. We'll see whether we live in an ideal world or not. Like, if they play a really scary creature here, I kind of just have to kill it. If they play something that's not that scary... Okay, that's not that scary. Collector is interesting. Yeah, let's attack with our Rallier. I'm okay with a trade. And then we'll play our Duo. We are choked off on red mana again here. With a bunch of red cards in her hand. Awkwardly. I probably take 4 if they attack with Orator. Yeah, I'm happy they didn't attack, because I can't really block. Couldn't really block. Okay. So... play the Haven and name red. I think we ping them and then play Agate Assault on the Cultivator. Then we can set up Take Out the Trashes where the, yeah, I'm okay with offering... no, I'm not, actually. Yeah, no, I'm not. We can discard an island to try to find some more action with this, which is cool. We actually don't have that many otters, but yeah, we're in the otter deck. The blue-red one. We're blue-red spells deck. Been doing lots of pinging. Might be about to kill our Rallier, which would make me a little sad in terms of take out the trash, but I can at least play another Raccoon. Because they might have the -2/-2 make a food. Okay. Kind of interesting to me that they wanted to bounce that more. They have an Edict too, maybe? Yep. Yeah, it is a little awkward that that triggers their Surveil 1. It's less than ideal. I think we probably do kill the Soothsayer with Take Out the Trash. They have a hard choice, apparently. Ooh. Alright, well now I'm going to be greedy, of course. Because that's how I am. So we're going to get this out before we cast. All our removal spells. Yeah, we'll take 4. Well, I'm very glad they cast that now. Why did they do that? That was going to hurt me pretty badly. Oh, okay. I still kind of don't get it. I guess I'd rather have the Collector in play, honestly. So let us take out the trash. I think we'll kill this and hit them for 3 after pinging them for 2. Discard a mountain. The race has suddenly changed. Okay. Well, could give this haste. It's probably better to just attack with Raccoon Rallier. I mean, it's tempting. I'm going to play the duo probably this turn, but it's going to be better to just attack with the Rallier here instead. So if we can get a double block, we cast Take Out the Trash to blow it out. And we're okay with the trade. This does return them a creature, but it basically time walks them right now too, so I don't think I care too much. Well, I guess I'm going to take 2. I could kill it, but I want to see what else they're going to do with their turn. Okay. That is fine. Do we just have lethal? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite. Not quite. We need to find a little something else. But yeah, I think we do kill the mascot. Well, that's pretty good. A spell would have been better, but... Alright, can they do 6 to us here? That is the question. Luckily we still win, but that card is pretty great. Yeah, luckily we can still get in for 2 here, but... Wix Patrol is the kind of card that can get you back ahead from behind, that's for sure. Well, you know, I was talking about jamming our deck full of removal spells and how that's not the greatest strategy now, and that's true. But if you have some of these pingers, you end up generating enough value out of them, I think, for it to be pretty legit. Yeah, that legendary white elk would have been game over, I think. I think that would have been game over. We've seen lots of scary bombs. We don't have one ourselves. We do have... Our best card is probably the 2-mana 1/3 unblockable that shrinks something down to a 2/2. Yep, red-white was not open at all, so we had to abandon poor Mabel, and she wasn't really worth splashing. I mean, the equipment she gives you is good, but it's a lot less good when she's not also buffing a bunch of your mice, and you don't have Valiant, so yeah. Oh yeah, if they had waited to flash in that 2/1, I don't know for sure that we would have lost, because we just had so much removal, but we would have been in rough shape. Yeah, they kind of handed that to us. Okay, hey, there's our Beast Binder. I probably play it on 2 and hope it works. We'll see if it does, I guess. Do I want to name red or blue is the thing. I guess with this hand, we're going to go red, because we're going to want to double spell red at some point, probably. I'll probably never draw another island now, but, you know. Probably going to be greedy here and wait to start firing off all our removal again until our opponent... Until we have Kindle Spark and Coruscation Mage in play. Yeah, they may kill our Beast Binder here. I can live with it. Or they're just going to cantrip. Ooh, that's a squirrel. It's not a rat. I don't blame them. I think I would have made that mistake if I had drafted the deck this time. That's for sure. So we can't attack here unless we first kill one of them, and I don't think I do. I think we're just gonna do our game plan of play out a bunch of pingers, kill all your stuff, and there you have it. There you have it. Okay, we did draw another island, luckily. Let's go to combat, see if anything happens. I don't think it will. Might have counter magic here, which would make me sad, but I could live with it. Also, yeah, especially that counter spell. It just ends up being a parity in terms of mana efficiency. Oh, you're right, it can't be blocked. Somehow I was thinking I had to shrink them. You're right. They should be at lower life. So I think we put this back on top. Yeah, I screwed that up. Me play Magic good. Well, we're gonna have to kill that. I'm gonna wait until my turn. Yeah, I'm gonna wait till my turn. Is that too greedy? I don't think so. I can't afford to wait one more turn, unfortunately, I don't think. Although, it could turn off its ability. Alright, let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah, I played it correctly earlier and then somehow forgot how it works in between, like a pro. Okay. Wish I had a raccoon in play a little bit, but what are you gonna do? So we're gonna attack. We're gonna blink this time. Then we're gonna ping. Ping. Take out the trash. I don't know what they're... I guess if they had a flash creature there, it could have been in trouble. It almost feels like there's like an archetype in the format where you only do 1 damage at a time, but I think we just drafted a really weird deck. Okay. I think we're okay with trading for one of these. I mean, the only annoying thing now is, like, yeah, they can get back something pretty good, but I can just debuff it every turn, and this will ping them for 1, and pinging is pretty useful right now. I'm going to hold on to this since we have various loot effects in our deck. So we can drop them to 5. If we draw a spell, it's even more than that. Yeah, so they'll get that back. There's a spell. Yeah, that pretty much does it. Yeah. So we go 1, 2. It does do it. Then we go Dire Downdraft. Then we go attack with both of these. Yep, it has been pretty funny how much 1 damage we've done. Somebody watching this on YouTube, post in the comments how, well, you won't have been counting until now, so that isn't going to solve. But I am curious how many times I've done more than 1 damage. Don't feel like it's very many. Don't feel like it's very many. Alright, looks pretty good. Don't love that. The only good news is we have like a million ways to deal with it. So I think we play Shoreline Looter here and try to get that party started. That's pretty good. Be nice to draw one of our removal spells here. We do get 2 draws to do it. Another Shoreline Looter. Okay, that actually kind of works. How much do I want Might of the Meek right now? Not that much. So let's play Mountain. We're going to go ahead and bounce the Forager. Then we'll play Raccoon Rallier. There is an infamous Cruel Claw Avatar. But yeah, I haven't played with or against that in this first draft so far. So they can replay that, make their Might Caller a 3/3, which is less than ideal, but probably can live with it. They wanted to leave up red mana, huh? Worries me a tiny bit. Do I just want to swing with the Rallier too? It's very unlikely that's going to attack, so yeah. I think we discard land here. Shoreline Looter number 2 is going to get us to Threshold quickly and find us removal quickly. I think it's a little better than the Squire, plus Dazzling Denial is pretty good in this situation. So I think I like it. That Might Caller is pretty scary and could end up being a pretty serious problem at some point. Yeah, we will counter that. They probably do actually attack us with the Forager now. Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah. Don't really need the Haven here. I'd rather have an untapped land. Aha! So now we can kill this thing before it kills us and get Threshold, which means we'll start drawing a card every turn. So, yeah, I think we go ahead and kill the Might Caller before it gets so big that we can't kill it. And now we have Threshold. We're going to draw a lot of cards if they don't stop our looters. Yeah, that's not too scary when you've got one squirrel in play. I suppose it means you can attack me. Yeah, food is annoying. That is for sure. Let's draw 2 cards. That's crazy. What am I supposed to play here? The Squire probably stops them from attacking us, I guess. If I had spells in my hand, maybe I should have gone with the Mage just because it's pretty likely I draw more spells in our deck. And we're drawing 3 cards a turn right now, so... Yeah, kill spell here is not good for us. That is for darn sure. If they kill the Squire, I have to chump one of these, most likely. This doesn't gain trample, does it? No. That might have been why going with one of our cards that makes 2 bodies would have been better than just playing 1/3/3. Oh boy, okay. Yeah. Well, how come we've seen a bomb in... Have we seen a bomb in literally every game? I mean, the set doesn't have so many that I should be seeing one literally every game, you know? Okay. I'm thinking we're going to go to 1 here. Kill Thornvault Forager. That is quite a reload. It's more than enough to keep up with our shoreline looters, that's for sure. That is for sure. Wouldn't they have had lethal if they just put 5 counters on one thing? It seems like it would have been close anyway. Okay. I think it's time to make multiple bodies. It makes one of your creatures big on board, and it has all these other modes. It doesn't really need you to have a big creature on board to be good. It's not as good as the blue one, but it's probably the second best. No, the white one is, I think. Then the blue one. Black one. Green one. Words. They're all good. They're all Bs or better, I think. Okay. Okay, none of that has trample. That's what matters most to me. Because I'm just going to throw a Raccoon Rallier in front of something and hope I can block long enough to, like, burn our opponent out. But, you know, we'll see. Why did you just show me the graveyard? boy, they just expended 8. And they had to conduct electricity. Yeah. You don't have to return something, yeah. Well, Beastbinder, I think you're a little too late this time. Okay. That conduct electricity is interesting. It's unfortunate they have one of their own, huh? I think I have to play the cheaper removal spells anyway. So yeah, I think we have to play... Yeah, we have to play Dire Downdraft. And take out the trash here, I think. We do get a rummage off of take out the trash that I'm probably going to take advantage of. Yeah, so let's take out the trash. Kill this thing. I think we discard Brazen Collector. Oh, I had to have it in play and I didn't. Okay, so in that case, so yeah, they're gonna do this. They can kill both our blockers and then we're dead. Yeah, okay, so we actually can't play any more spells right now if we want to not die. We're still dead, actually, so yeah. Freaking conduct electricity. It's kind of wild that they managed to keep up with us drawing 2 cards a turn for no mana at all, but playing the green season will do that. So yeah, they just conduct electricity and swing with everything and we're dead. Maybe they won't see that, I guess? Seems unlikely. Yeah, no, they saw it. Yep. This is probably the most synergistic deck. Like, the deck that's doing the thing you're supposed to do, in other words. They're like a red-green expend deck. It's definitely the most on-brand one we've seen so far. It is tough to beat that season. Even when you're drawing 2 cards a turn. I did have to tap 2 creatures to draw 2 cards every turn, which is a cost, I guess. It is a cost. Thank you for the sub, Stunt Bum. Yeah, the black one, the black season probably is the worst one. It is the most sort of situational, but it also has this upside where it's just a wrath. But it is kind of a situational wrath, you know, make both players sack 5 creatures. If your opponent has less than 5 and you have 6, that's pretty good, but otherwise it's not that good. So I'll have draft videos up before the weekend, but on Saturday is when I'll do like the best commons and uncommons video. It is unfortunate they played a turn 1 Storm Chasers talent, I can tell you that much. Let's play our collector here. This isn't quite as busted as that green one, but if you play it on one, it's pretty sweet value because you get like a nice one drop, and then eventually it turns into spell value. We would have liked it in our deck, for example. No attack, huh? I think I probably take out the trash Thought Shucker here and then attack. And then I can play a 2-drop in my next main phase with the mana from our collector. I can also rummage here, which might be worth doing. Probably is. Oop. I almost killed the wrong thing. Yeah, we'll discard... Probably better than the raccoon, actually. So they can double block here, but, like, I think we're perfectly okay with it. They do not. And then we play our Crier. Discard another land. Next turn we probably do the Coruscation Mage thing. They put Fountain Port in the graveyard. Ooh, yeah. They're gonna get they've got a good shot at getting who's it? Threshold. That. Okay, so I can attack here and use Conduct Electricity to kill the token and one of them, which is probably our best bet. See what they do here. Alright, and then, yeah, we're going to go ahead and Conduct Electricity to kill one of you and your token. It would have been nice to wait until I get these pingers down, but we don't have the time in this case. Because if we let them get Threshold too quickly, I think things would get quite bad for us. They had a third one of those. Do I like Coruscation Mage more than Kindle Spark? Probably not. Well, the multiple bodies is pretty good. So they can get to Threshold next turn now. If they put both Surveil cards in the graveyard. Oh, no, they'll have it now, actually. Right? Yeah. They have it now. Well, okay. So, we just need to start drawing some spells, which is, you know, reasonably likely outcome. They have a big spell they can get back late. Don't like that. We need to find the removal. Thank you. I think we definitely kill Osteomancer. And I think we kind of need to do it now, or they're going to start casting things out of their graveyard, so... We are... Oh, God. Why do I see a bomb every game? We are about to go 4-3, I think, is how this draft is going. I'm proud we went 4-3, given what we went up against, frankly. The number of very hard to beat bombs. I feel like we literally saw one every game, so... We did also have one opponent, like one of them, they played War and War Leader and then just drew nothing, which we were lucky for. We also made sure their board was empty, to be fair, to give ourselves a little bit of credit, but yeah, now they're going to start drawing cards with Castrol here, which is... I mean, we're not completely done. If we can just draw spell after spell after spell here, we got a chance, because we can do... We will do 5 damage for every spell, basically. So... If we draw amazingly, we've got a chance here. Although it just went way down because they played a Husk Burster Swarm. And now they can get back a spell, so yeah, it's less than ideal. Oh my god, and they had the Blue Season in their graveyard. Yeah, we're dead. Hurry up and kill me, please. We didn't have one card I gave a bomb grade to, and we ran into, I don't know, 7 or 8 bombs. We did draft one. Mabel. So the reason I'm not clicking the concede button is because we're basically not supposed to during this event. You're supposed to let everybody do all their cool stuff that they're supposed to do. So we'll let them. 4-3 on our first draft. Given how I felt after the draft, I will take it, you know.